Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? It is Ace Micheals and the Ace Micheals Show. I may sound a little hoarse today, and that is because I swallowed a little horse. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, it's going around. There's a little thing going where you get a bug. They call it the bug. You get the bug in your body, and next thing you know, you're getting to go down and get a COVID test, right? So that's what's up. So I went ahead and I took some Theraflu. I endorse Theraflu because it works like magic next to smoking pot. I don't think there's a more miracle cure for anything that you could be ailing from except Theraflu and, of course, smoking a little pot. Anyway, today on the show, we have a fabulous singer who's here, just nominated for an award, actually, an award nominated singer with us. Welcome, Celina, to the show. Celina, welcome to the Ace Michael Show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It is my pleasure. So I guess start from the beginning of how did you get an award nomination?
I could ask you the same question. Well, I've been singing professionally at least for about 3 years. I started at the gondolas and then was very, I met a good amount of people in town who became my friends, very good friends that I hold dear to me. And then from there, I got scheduled gigs here and there, and then I got a call. No, actually, I found out during a show. My friend called out and said, "Oh, did you know you're nominated for this?" And I was like,
Mm.
"I didn't." Yeah, so it was a surprise to me.
Wow. And this was it a competition that you were in, or was it like you were just performing and somebody saw you and said, "Hey, she's the one"?
I genuinely don't know because the singers who I'm among in like the thing like the nominees are people like Ann Martinez and Ruby Lewis, these women that I look up to,
Mm.
Kelly Vaughn, and I'm kind of amazed to even be next to them because I really don't know how it happened. I don't know who put my name out. But yeah.
Wow. Well, as Bruce Springsteen says, if you're going to be in a competition, it's good to win. I love that quote. That is an actual Bruce Springsteen quote, and I love it to death. So tell us about your trajectory, your career, your story. How did you get to be where you are a professional vocalist? That right there is no small feat. Some people never accomplish that.
Oh, well, when I was a little kid, my parents did put me in a little theater camp after preschool in California. Not so much to be in there, just 'cause, parents were working and they're like, "Oh, let's leave her to do some stuff while we're trying to get her from school." It turns out I wasn't old enough to be in a theater camp, but they let me like play around anyways, but they
Hmm.
really saw that I was interested. So they kind of told my parents like, "Hey, you should like get her into this stuff cuz she's looks like my her eyes are aglow." So yeah, I started taking lessons and I fell in love with the stage and just being a theater kid really, and it followed me up until now.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's something else. And when I've been to the Tuscany, and the Tuscany seems to be full of theater kids. So
Yeah.
it looks like you're in good company, at least there, when you go out and perform. Other people in the room know the lyrics the way that you do,
Yes.
right?
100%. Yeah.
So now, what about in the music business? People also pursue their original music and get records done and things like that. Where are you at on that objective?
So, I do have a little mini studio set up in my room where it consists of having the software Logic, um, a filter and a mic, and my audio interface, and a MIDI keyboard. And I have a hobby. I love writing and composing and producing songs. I can't say I'm the best mixer at all, but I am pretty happy with what I'm able to create whenever I feel like doing that. I do have a few stuff that I've written, but I haven't really released it yet just because, I don't know if I'm ready or like we're our own worst critics, really. But eventually I'd love to just full send put it out there.
Nice. Well, now there's a thing where you're saying like you're holding on to some gems there, and holding on to your music. I mean, that might not be the way to go. You got to get it out there, right?
Yeah.
Because you're probably in this case you're probably your worst critic.
Yes.
You know you're your worst critic.
Mhm.
Is that a trait that you exhibit? Like, are you always pretty much your worst critic?
Yeah. I mean, I got better through the years and
Ace
just
Michael Show, where you get therapy on the air. I love it.
really I need it. But I got in a lot better. Like I started being nice to myself, if you will. But it's just I feel it's not something that I'm longing to release either. It's kind of stuff like I think I can do better than this. That's where my critic is. It's
Mm.
not so much like, "Oh, I don't think people are going to like this," cuz I don't mind what people are going to think. People are going to either like it or they're not. But for me at least, I want to put out something where I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me put this out right now," cuz I don't think they're there yet, you know?
Interesting. Well, and as an artist, you've got to know and feel when it's right for you. There's a story Bruno Mars, the great songwriter, told about his song Uptown Funk. He said he wrote it over and over for about 10 years before he felt it was ready to put out. And I guess he was right when it was ready to put out because it became a hit number one single, running for most of that year. So you do have to know in your heart when you feel it's right. Nobody else can tell you when it's right. You got
Mhm.
to know, right? Would you agree
Right.
with that?
I 100% agree.
Interesting.
And I didn't know about that story. Wow.
Yeah, that's what Bruno said. So now we find ourselves in the middle of International Women's Month. We're almost at the end of it. We might as well say we're at the tail end of it now because it's almost over. But International Women's Month, would you mind telling us a bit about what that means for you?
Yes, I would love to. I actually love, like, I'm such a girl's girl. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I just am always rooting for my girlfriends or any woman really who's doing her thing or, like, just making a difference, not only in the world, but in herself. Because, um, there's just so much that women have gone through and have been fighting for. And now that I, I'm so glad we have, like, a month to celebrate for that. And yeah, I love women.
Do you
Yeah.
think we should pass like a law for International Women's Month, like women should get free gas
Oh, that'd be
pap smears or
oh
like something should be in exchange, like free child care for single moms or something. You know what I
yes, that would be the dream right there.
mean?
Yeah,
Well, we live in a country rich enough to do it. That's for sure.
I agree.
Um, so, as a woman, and the music business gets a bad rep for the way that it treats women, have you felt like things are better? Like, let's say in the last 5, 10 years, have you noticed anything that you feel like, you know what, now there's an improvement?
Yeah, I feel like it has improved a lot, especially before my time. But I've heard a lot of horror stories with this business. And I have had my fair share of experiences that I'm like, oh, that could have gone a lot better, but I didn't let it really affect my view on a lot of people.
Oh, that's good.
But there's a lot of improvement, and it still can improve.
Hmm. Now, since you're on the show and you are the guest and you are the nominee and you are the queen, name a few things that you think could be better. I think it's good for people to hear that, what you think could be improved as a woman. If you could change the world, what would you change?
The world, or in the arts,
I
or
say the worldview of men versus women. I mean,
yeah,
because let's be honest, any problems I think that women are having aren't stemming from women.
no. I mean, it can, but I feel like the main thing is that we all need to believe in love
Mm.
and disassociate every other belief, but all come together with love. Because if you think about it, I think every religion has love in common, and I think everybody deserves kindness. So as long as we're all being good and nice to each other, regardless of the day we've had, because we're all gonna have days where we just really are not feeling it, but I feel like it takes more energy to be mean than it does to be kind, you know?
Yeah, I think that right there, that's a T-shirt saying. Sometimes we used to do on the show, we say the T-shirt saying of the week. That is definitely something that needs to be posted on a T-shirt, and other people need to wear it to ignite other people's sensibilities. That it
Yeah.
takes more energy. And after all, why not just be nice anyway?
No,
Like,
exactly.
I mean, what do you got to lose by being nice? It doesn't cost you anything, and there's no residual that's going to come off of it and ruin your blouse or anything. You might as well go ahead and be nice. I get it.
Yeah. There's no dent in the bank account for that.
That's true. That is
It's
100%.
free.
100, as they say. The rappers say that's 100.
Yes.
So, Celina, where do we find you on the social media? We want to stalk you now. Where do we go to do that?
Well, you can just type in my name, Celina Sasso. On Instagram, I am at Chorus Faye. That is spelled like chorus as in choir, and then Faye, Fae.
Interesting. Are you Celina Faye something?
No, I just like fairies a lot.
Oh, okay.
I grew
I
up
didn't
with.
know if that was like an acronym for like fabulous artistic entertainer or something.
No, it's actually like a short for like fairy, the Fae,
I got you.
spirituality. Yeah.
Wow. The Ace Michaels Show today. Edutainment, people. Who knew? Today on the show, my guest, the fabulous singer nominated, Celina Sasso, a.k.a. Faye for Fairy. And that is what's up. If you go to her show, make sure you yell out as loud as you can, Faye, 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 until security comes and takes you away. And that's what's up. You know what I say at the end of every show, guys? Sometimes I don't say it with this much harshness in my voice, but I still mean it. Live the life you love. Love the life you live. Thank you.
Thank you.